Zeratul said, to be fair, someone coming from a cessationist perspective would say the exact same thing that you are, that their interpretation is simply what the Bible teaches. You seem like a devout, godly pastor, but so does John MacArthur and others I've listened to on this subject. You both have a very Bible-centered approach, but you have come to a different conclusion on this subject. Why? Why do seemingly sincere believers often come to different understanding on so many biblical issues? That is a great question. That is a wonderful question, Zeratul. A lot of people, I think, that are cessationists or that are continuationists are that because that's what they've heard. That's what they've been taught. That's what they've sat under or been their pastor was, or a seminary they went to taught them, or whatever. I would say that he and many others who have come to the same conclusions outside of outside influence or input have come there because of negative experiences in the past. That's what I would say. I would say that their negative experiences of crazy people in the past have colored their interpretation and reading of the text. They would probably say about me that my positive experiences have colored my reading of the text, that that's the lens that I see it through. But I think it's easier to come up with a framework that makes it to where the gifts were for that time, had their specific purpose in that time, served their function, and now that function is no longer needed, and so it's done. In order to not have to deal with the crazy. But I would say that's not a fair reading of the text. I'd say if you let the text speak for itself, you got to deal with the crazy. Because people are going to abuse gifts. People are going to put on a show. People are going to do things for their own attention and pride and whatever. And I think anyone who knows Christ and has any kind of level of discernment can usually tell pretty quick. Yeah, that person's crazy. That's not of God. But when it is, every time I've experienced it, and I've experienced a lot of crazy, but every time I've experienced the real thing, everyone in the room is just left weeping on our face before God because God does something amazing. I'm trying not to lean on experience. I always tell y'all, don't base anything on experience. Experience has to be subject to Scripture. But I've experienced it. It's hard to say I could be wrong, but I'll say this. I think I'm right. I also think he's way smarter than me, but I think he's wrong. I love him. He's my brother. We could figure it out on the other side of eternity and know for sure, I guess, but